Welcome to Card Corner. These are the cards, that's the corner. Today I've got these killer clowns from outer space trading cards by Cardsmiths. This company has produced some sets before, like Bitcoin currencies. They've done Street Fighter. I've seen them do Bob Ross cards, which is pretty weird. I think they're even doing a Golden Girls set in the future, and I decided to pick up these killer clowns from outer space ones. They have only 10 cards in this box here, and the box was like $30. So I'm hoping to see something good inside. I also did check out the movie, so hopefully I can give you guys a little bit more context. If I can get them open. All right. It only hurts when you laugh. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the cult classic continues with this new official trading card set. With 60 collector cards plus rare variants and subsets, you'll die laughing at all these crazy pieces of cardboard have to offer. Featuring classic scenes from the movie, plus exclusive new art by some of the most talented modern illustrators. These cards have it all. Look for holofoils, cold foil subsets, rare serial number gemstone refractor, and case hit culture shocks cards. No killer clown invasion can be complete without these cardboard pieces of fun and facts. From popcorn guns to deadly pies, the Terenzi brothers to knock my block off, one giant clownzilla plus Debbie, Mike, and a dash of Deputy Dave. Killer clowns, they're no laughing matter, but you'll bust a gut, or they will. I don't get that. So the movie was like an 80s B horror movie, very like over the top and silly. The acting was pretty bad. It was actually directed by the special effects guys. There's three brothers, the Chiodo brothers. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but they also wrote and directed the movie. So it's a film that totally has a special effects focus. Obviously, you get like the costumes of the killer clowns, but then there's also some other cool effects that they had. Like it kind of reminded me of Star Wars when you're in their ship, just the way that they had the painted backgrounds to make it seem all huge, and they also they would cover their victims in like cotton candy. That was another effect that they used a lot. Pretty cool. All right, here's our first card. It looks like there was this one guy that they threw pies at, and then the pies like melted him, and then at the end the one guy put the cherry on top. Meltdown. Pretty pleased with a cherry on top. This is what happens when pie fights turn deadly. All right, so the cards are pretty thick, not too thick though. I'd say they're a good thickness. Interesting border around there too. All right, next up, it is Baby Clown. So they had these popcorn bags that they would sprinkle popcorn onto things, and I think they even shot them out of guns, and then eventually the popcorn would turn into these baby clowns that would kill people. Looks like this is a special insert card. Kind of neat. It's got a pretty interesting texture. All right, here is I think her name was Debbie, fighting one of the clowns. Gotcha. Scream, Debbie. Scream and scream again. That's Joe holding her, by the way. You'd scream too. It's Joe. I forget if Joe is the name of the clown. This one's kind of got a foil finish that the other one didn't have. All right, and here we get. So this guy was got into like a fight with some bikers and then just uppercutted his head off. Knock your block off. Insert losing one's head. Heading off. Doing a face plant joke here. What? Have we got to do all the work? So the card company wants you to come up with your own joke. Not sure how I feel about that. All right, and the last one, it's kind of like the texture of like an older card. This guy, these are like the cocoons that they would surround the people in, and at one point, they saw this clown basically drinking the blood using a crazy straw. I thought that was a nice touch, and they generally did, I think, play on the tropes of clowns pretty well. Snack time. The clown who drinks from the human cocoon in the giant refrigerator room is named Chubby. There's another clown named Fatso. Geez, are we all really clown shaming here? Calling him Fatso. All right, I'd say in this pack, I like the baby card, and I think that this is a pretty good card for that actress if she signs trading cards. I'll look into that maybe. And let's open the last pack. I looked it up to see if there were any actors who were in any movies, but I think maybe the police officer was, but nothing huge. All right, here is Get It While It's Hot. So at one point they had the clowns were just sort of like taking over the town, and they would ring the doorbell of random people, and this here they're delivering the pizza, and then when they're like not suspecting it, they zap them to death. For some reason, like everyone just read them as regular clowns, even though they're very obviously like evil, creepy clowns. There was even kids that were like enticed by the fact that they were clowns, which seems sort of ridiculous. Chubby, Bibbo, and Rudy deliver pizzas to an unwary young woman. They came with cheese, pepperoni, and extra shorty. I think maybe a guy popped out of here and shot them with a gun. I do like the framing of this card. It looks pretty cool. Oh, it's a guy in the cotton candy. So when they found these bulbs, they pulled off the piece and they saw that there was people inside. Everyone knows cotton candy is bad for you. This cotton candy is downright deadly. Although nobody ever tried to eat the cotton candy in the movie, which is kind of disappointing. All right, here we have another one of that shot of the clown boxing. I think that this is the same part of the movie. But this is, I think, done by Zoller. Raging Clown, the undisputed champ of the invasion. Talk about a spiked punch. It's got a pretty cool, like, space sort of looking foil to it. All right, and here is when did this? I don't remember exactly. I think that there was like a fun house with this sort of snake guy in it, or the underwater fish that uses the light to attract its prey. Entering the funhouse. They call it the funhouse, but not everything in the funhouse is fun. All right, and last card is Zapped. Spikey's Punch and Judy show ended with a ray gun blast, because not all stories have a happy ending. Just ask the guy who'd been enjoying the show and wound up with a zappy ending. This was kind of weird. It was just like a random puppet show that this random like late teens, early 20s guy stumbled upon and just started watching by himself. And then it was like a bait and switch where after the show, the clown took this ray gun and zapped the guy watching it. it some things like that, I guess, because it's the lower budget, like it would have been better obviously if it was like a bunch of people, or if the context of it made sense. Anyway, this was the puppet show. I do think that the film was pretty decent. Like there are certain trappings, I guess, that the B movies have, such as the acting that didn't really hit, but because it was done by the special effects guys, the special effects are probably what should be focused on, and I thought that they did a pretty good job with that all around by having like a sort of a lot of different um like things that they did. Let me know what card that you guys think is the best. I think that my favorite is probably, I don't know, I really like the texture of this one. I like how it's like pretty matte generally, and then it's got the shiny thing. I also like the sort of retro style of this card. I'm not sure, I don't really think that the backs are that good. The amount of text seems to be a little bit on the low side, and there's not really any stats for any of the clowns, which would have been, I think, the best way to go with that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more weird stuff like killer clowns from outer space trading cards. This was Card Corner. Take it easy.